Overview of The Last of Us 2023. The Last of Us 2023 is an American coming-of-age historical drama film, adapted from the critically acclaimed video game series of the same name developed by Naughty Dog. Unlike the TV series released in the same year, this version was conceptualized as a standalone cinematic experience that focuses on deep human emotion, survival, and the complexity of relationships in a post-apocalyptic world. Set in a world devastated by a fungal infection that collapses civilization, the film highlights not only the external dangers of survival, but the inner turmoil and emotional journey of its central characters. This adaptation, while staying true to the essence of the game, adds a fresh cinematic depth, redefining it as a powerful historical drama grounded in character-driven storytelling, storyline, and core narrative. The film follows Joel, a hardened smuggler, who is tasked with transporting Ellie, a teenage girl who may hold the key to humanity's survival, across a devastated United States. Along the way, the bond between Joel and Ellie evolves from distrust to a father-daughter dynamic, revealing layers of vulnerability, love, and sacrifice. The narrative seamlessly blends intense action sequences with emotional drama, making it not just a survival story but a poignant exploration of human connection in the most harrowing circumstances. Star cast and performances. Winona Ryder delivers a hauntingly strong performance as Marlene, the leader of the Fireflies, bringing both resolve and maternal concern to the screen. Pedro Pascal reprises his role from the HBO series as Joel, anchoring the film with emotional restraint and gravitas. Bella Ramsey plays Ellie with extraordinary depth, capturing her wit, trauma, and inner strength. Gabriel Luna appears as Tommy, Joel's younger brother, while Nico Parker portrays Sarah, Joel's daughter in the film's heartbreaking opening. Each actor adds a profound dimension to their character, making the story resonate on an emotional level. Technical department and cinematic execution. From a technical standpoint, The Last of Us excels in creating a visceral and immersive environment. The cinematography, led by Greg Fraser, is atmospheric, capturing desolate landscapes and decaying cities with poetic realism. The lighting design is deliberate, often playing with shadows to enhance the tension and uncertainty. The production design recreates the crumbling world with minute detail, showing nature reclaiming urban structures and the remnants of a lost civilization. The sound design is an equally vital component. It amplifies both the silence and chaos, enhancing the dread in quieter moments and delivering impact during action sequences. The film's editing, handled with precision, maintains a pace that balances introspective pauses with intense, suspense-driven scenes. Music department. The musical score is composed by Gustavo Santaolalla, returning from the original game and the TV adaptation. His minimalist compositions add a deep emotional layer to the film. The haunting acoustic guitar melodies and ambient soundscapes underscore the loneliness, beauty, and tragedy of the world. The music doesn't overwhelm the scenes but enhances the emotional undercurrents, particularly during Joel and Ellie's bonding moments. Pre-production. The pre-production phase focused heavily on ensuring authenticity and emotional depth. Scriptwriters collaborated with Neil Druckmann, the co-creator of the original game, to maintain fidelity to the source material while crafting a screenplay that suits the cinematic format. Casting was done with great care to ensure the actors could bring nuanced performances that reflect the game's beloved characters. Locations were scouted in remote, desolate areas of Canada and the American Midwest to mimic a post-pandemic world where nature has overtaken man-made structures. Filming. Principal photography began in early 2022 and was completed over the span of 6 months. The directors used a combination of practical effects and selective CGI to portray the infected and the destruction across major cities. Real locations were used wherever possible to ground the story in a tactile sense of reality. The performances were captured in natural light whenever possible, giving the film a raw, grounded aesthetic. Post-production. Post-production took nearly 8 months. The visual effects team focused on rendering realistic fungal creatures and devastated environments without relying on overt spectacle. Color grading was done to reflect the emotional tone of the narrative. Cool blues and desaturated greens dominate, echoing themes of loss, decay, and distant hope. Dialogue and ambient sound were fine-tuned to reflect both the scale of destruction and the intimacy of human emotion. The final cut came in at just over 2 hours, striking a delicate balance between narrative depth and cinematic momentum. Budget and box office performance. The budget for The Last of Us 2023 film was estimated at $95 million. This covered high-end visual effects, an A-list cast, and expansive location shoots. Upon release, the movie grossed over $312 million worldwide, making it one of the most successful video game adaptations to date in terms of box office revenue. The strong brand recognition, combined with positive word-of-mouth and critical reviews, contributed to its commercial success. OTT and satellite availability. The official HD version of The Last of Us 2023 is available on HBO Max in the United States and on various regional streaming services like Crave in Canada and Sky Atlantic in the UK. The satellite broadcasting rights were acquired by Warner Bros. Discovery for cable release through its premium movie channels, with scheduled TV premieres starting late 2023. The film is also available for digital purchase and rental through platforms like Amazon Prime Video, Apple TV, and Google Play Movies. Audience reception and critical acclaim. Critics praised The Last of Us for its mature storytelling, faithful adaptation of the source material, and the emotional intensity of its performances. Audiences responded positively to the grounded approach, emotional authenticity, and lack of typical action tropes often seen in video game adaptations. The film has been lauded for elevating the genre and offering something deeply human in the post-apocalyptic setting. Many reviewers called it a landmark film for the video game-to-movie transition, noting its cinematic craftsmanship and emotional resonance. Interesting facts about the film. Several scenes were shot frame by frame in homage to the original game. A hidden tribute to the game's co-director Bruce Straley is included in a scene showing graffiti art with the phrase, "Endure and survive," a subtle nod that fans recognized immediately. The clickers were portrayed by trained dancers wearing prosthetics, adding a disturbingly fluid motion that CGI alone could not replicate. Winona Ryder's role as Marlene was a surprise casting choice, but her performance brought a new gravitas to the character, reimagining her with greater depth and complexity. Final review. The Last of Us 2023 is a deeply affecting film that goes beyond genre expectations. It's not merely a tale of survival in a broken world. It's about love, loss, trust, and the choices that define humanity in the darkest of times. Beautifully shot, expertly acted, and emotionally potent, it is both a faithful tribute to the source material and a standalone cinematic achievement. Let me know if you want to generate a voiceover for this or continue with a different format.